Have you ever wondered that what is the point of life? Why are we living this life? Why are we going through so much suffering, so much hardships, even though at the end of it, everything just feels truly temporary? And maybe you have even heard of people talking about past lives, parallel timelines, and thinking, okay, what's the purpose of all of this? Why is this even unraveling in this manner? If time is an illusion, if time is a myth, why are we here on this earth physical plane right now living this life? And if you have actually thought of these questions, if you wanted to search for a deeper meaning behind life itself, that is because a part of you subconsciously identifies that there is more to life than actually this body that you are in, this environment that you are around, and there is something bigger at play over here. So, in this video, I actually want to talk about how timelines actually exist and why time is also known as something that is an illusion which is constructed by our human mind as well. So, if you're new here, I'm Vesh, and this is a place where we talk about everything related to spirituality, metaphysics, manifestation, even your soul's journey and evolution to actually discover and identify the bigger meaning behind life so that you can also utilize these concepts in your daily living life. First thing I want to talk about is that all timeline actually exist as one. In our conscious mind, for us to live in this world right now, we actually categorize time as past, present, and future. But in reality, everything is happening all at once at the very same time. You are actually living your past lives simultaneously right now. You're also in your future incarnation. Time is a construct that our conscious mind has created. Time also does not function the same way for you and me. For me, this year might have actually passed very quickly, but for you, if you're going through a very hard period in your life, this year actually feels very elongated, very long, and very slow. That's because the way my mind actually perceives time is probably very different to what your mind actually perceives time as. So, in a way, we are all also living in different realities. Your reality is completely different to my reality. And I might be living many lifetimes at the same time. Think of it this way: you are a vast ocean. Every wave in that ocean is a version of you at the end of the day. So let's say you in this life is just one wave of the entire ocean. And there are also many other waves which actually forms your ocean where you are existing simultaneously in different timelines. So this is also a concept that even comes into play when it comes to manifestation. What is manifestation all about? You are just subconsciously impressing thoughts and new beliefs into your mind, which actually allows you to move to a parallel timeline and helps you become a version of yourself which already has that thing in existence. That is what manifestation is all about. However, for you to actually master this physical realm, it would be very helpful if you can grasp even the concept of time, because time is not something that is linear as we have been taught. Even the clock that is moving in time is actually something that is projection of your subconscious mind. In the higher realms, there is actually no concept as before, after, future, nothing. Everything exists in the now. Now is the only time that is actually there. The present moment is the only thing that exists. If you think of it, past is something that you cannot actually pinpoint to, future is not something that you can actually catch hold of. All you have right now is the present moment, which is the now. So, then what exactly is real? Now, if every life is actually happening all at once, the version that you are currently active in, the tab in your mind that's currently open right now, is that even real? Now, even though it's all an illusion, at the end of the day, it's not that, the heartbreaks that you go through, the hardships that you face, the difficulties that you have in your life, all of this is not fake. But at the same time, it's not permanent either. It's a kind of a divine cosmic play which is playing out right now, which is you stuck in one level of the game, you stuck in one particular timeline, and you have to master this timeline. And that is a mission that you are here on. You have chosen the circumstances that you grew up in, you have chosen this reality, you have chosen all the hardships and lessons that's going to unfold in your life. And in a way, that is something that your soul has actually chosen to master in this timeline. So think of it this way: you are actually just living out a dream right now. The best place where we can actually understand that time is an illusion is when you're dreaming, when you're asleep. You can have so many dreams at the same time because you are in your subconscious mind when you're dreaming. But at the same time, we cannot actually understand what time is when we are dreaming, how time is passing when we are dreaming, which is why, let's say, you would have slept and you could even wake up like 2 years later, but you would still feel like you went to a sleep yesterday. This is a great example which shows us that time is nothing but just an illusion. And this is also where, when you take certain substances too, entire time is distorted. Sometimes you can actually go into a journey for 4 hours, but when you come out of it, you feel like you have been in that journey for almost months because your subconscious is completely active in this case. And the reason that your life feels real is because it's meant to feel real, because you have certain karmas to burn, you have certain lessons to learn, you're probably even on a mission, and you have to kind of execute this timeline and this mission that you have taken up. But also at the same time, you cannot get so entangled in everything that is happening around you that you lose yourself in the process and you even end up in a victim mindset, because everything that is happening to you is actually for your highest good. In a way, it's not happening to you, it is actually happening for you. So, why so many lives and why so many stories? Now, think of it this way: every single life that you live has a different flavor. You are born in different kind of scenarios, though the themes can be pretty similar to your immediate past lives. In a way, you're learning and mastering different lives, different skills, where in some life, maybe you learn to love. In some life, you actually learn to navigate pain. In some life, you might have a health condition which you actually master. In some life, you might even lose all your money and actually gain abundance probably in that life. Every life has a different theme, and you are here to master all of them. The end goal of this is for your soul to actually realize that you are whole within yourself, that your soul is divine, that you are actually God in human form. There's a beautiful quote that I read: God is man awakened, and man is God asleep. The only role that you take up in this lifetime is for you to actually realize at the end of the day that you are nothing but divine. You are nothing but truly God in human form, and you can have everything that you want, provided you master your mind, you master your subconscious mind. Now let's talk about the bigger picture, how it all fits in together. So, time is not linear. Time is actually going around in circles. It is actually looping, which is why you will have certain themes playing out in this one lifetime. You might go through similar kind of heartbreaks, similar patterns, but every time you understand things more deeply and it has a more profound impact on you. It's more like a spiral. You come back and you learn the same lessons in love. You learn the same lessons in heartbreak. You learn the same lessons in abundance. You learn the same lessons in health. You're going around in circle just for you to realize that, hey, you are truly whole and you can master any area of the life given to you. So even in your life, right, you are moving around in cycles. In this one lifetime too, you are actually moving around in cycles, actually covering the same theme and mastering that. Now, if you're going to master it or not is your free will. A lot of people actually get so caught up in this 3D reality that they completely get absorbed by it, and they also end up living in that victim mindset, and they don't do anything to actually improve their situation. Now, that was their free will to actually choose to complain about everything, to only see the dark side. Even the smallest things, as to, how you look, or how tall are you, or what your body composition is. These are all things that you chose for yourself so that you can master whatever is it that you have actually chosen even before you were born. And even when you feel like you're going around in circles, at the end of the day, you cannot see the bigger picture, but you are growing. Every pain that is of a similar nature, you feel like it's harder and harder, but every single time you gain more knowledge, more wisdom, even from that one experience itself. And every single lives, even your past life, the present one, the future ones also, which are going on at the same time, are all happening all at once, going around in circles to just call your soul back home. Now, I actually work with a psychic, and she told me that right now she can see a parallel version of me actually living in Cygnus constellation. It's a constellation in the sky where I'm living a parallel life at the same time as I'm living right now on earth. And in a way, she's like, you can even speak to that other version, you can try to connect to that higher self. So, this is something that actually opened my brain when it comes to timelines itself. Now, I did know that there are infinite timelines existing at the same time because that's how manifestation works. But the whole concept of, going deeper into it and thinking that, okay, the past, present, future, that is also merged into each other. Like we are on this plane where we can actually perceive a single linear time going on, but it's not linear. Just because our conscious mind perceives it as linear does not mean that that's actually the way it is. Even neuroscience has shown that our brain can actually only perceive 1% of the entire reality. Remaining 99% is even beyond our imagination. If, let's say, you can imagine certain things, this whole concept of time is even beyond that. You can't even imagine like how it's existing. Now, I also do not have all the answers as to how exactly the timelines are shifting. When are we shifting the timelines? Is it happening when we sleep and wake up? Because what I've heard from even a channeler called Bashar is that every second the reality is actually shifting. Now, maybe our conscious mind cannot perceive this reality shifting. Not maybe, for sure, our conscious mind cannot perceive. But what moment does the reality shift is not something I have an answer to. So, what should you do with all this information? All you need to do is right now be present. We all have so much depression and anxiety in the society rising right now. Depression is a state where you're living in the past. Anxiety is a state where you're living in the future. But nowhere in time are you actually present in the moment right now. You're constantly planning things ahead in life and you're constantly thinking about what happened in the past as well. You're overthinking and you're underfeeling. So, all you need to do in this lifetime is actually be present because that's the biggest lesson you actually need to learn in this lifetime, to be in this present moment, so much in the now, because the only time that actually exists is now. Nothing else exists apart from this moment right now. So just remember, you are not this one lifetime, you are not this one story. You are vast. Your consciousness is way beyond what your mind can even perceive, actually. And you are the awareness that is unfolding in this entire process. And yet, every second matters, every breath matters, every pain, every lesson, everything matters. So at the end of the day, just enjoy the ride, enjoy the journey. Life is not meant for you to just constantly be sad. Life is for you to process your sadness and get over it too. It's not just for you to be stuck in the state of misery. So, I hope this episode was helpful and interesting to you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.